Welcome back to another episode of the Otter Players Podcast, where this week we'll talk about the Game Awards and all the aftermath and crying that has ensued afterwards from the Expedition 33 sweep that is so glorious. And we also got, slightly after that, Xbox claiming a packed Xbox Developer Direct for January 2026, and the battle against art direction and how it affects your personal preferences. But first, we're going to jump in and see what everybody's been playing, and then we'll jump right into it. Weeb, how are you, sir, and what have you been playing?
Uh, uh, Still tired as fuck with recovering from that marathon that was the Game Awards. Um,
Yeah, I don't blame you with this one.
but yeah, what I'm playing. I have finished Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, um, which yeah was pretty good entry in the Metroid Prime series. I definitely like it better than 3.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it is definitely a gorgeous game. I don't care what the haters say on Twitter. The game looks like has some fantastic art direction and also fantastic audio design. Like I mentioned that before, but it's amazing how the shots sound like how when you enter morph ball mode and then just roll over the floor and just sound changes depending on what the texture is of the surface that you're rolling over. That's amazing sound design. Um, it was well, relatively short, but still like fun experience. The NPCs were fortunately not as prevalent as people feared. So that you just sort of meet them in the level that you find them. They kind of briefly help you out, and then you sort of go your own way. Um, I mean, I do wish that Mackenzie didn't constantly uh, felt the need to contact you over the radio and tell you, "Hey, do you know that you can go to that and that area to if you're stuck, figure out where to go?" Like, dude, I know. I'm just riding my bike across the wasteland. I'm just exploring. I don't need you to hammer down every 5 minutes that I've got place to be. I know. Um, but other than that, like it's fine. Maybe a little light on the Metroids. Like there's literally, I they're only like appear in a cutscene, and they're like, oh yeah, like all the buses are somehow control of Metroids, but you never really see them. Like, I mean, there's a reason why it's in the title. I know that the Prime series generally has different antagonists, but still, they were always kind of prevalent, and now it feels like okay, you're yeah, you kind of missing like it's like making an aliens movie without the actual xenomorphs, you know. Yeah, well, what's the point in doing that if you're if you're not including them?
Got
um
you.
the ending was kind of like, I'm not going to spoil it, but it was kind of I have mixed feelings about it. Like on one hand it's fitting sort of in the overall overarching uh themes and story of the Metroid series, but also kind of within the context of the story itself, this game itself. It felt like a bit, yeah, didn't really fit what I would have expected from it. Plus, I think there's there. I mean, I had to look it up on YouTube. There's like a secret cutscene that seems to be locked behind an amiibo, which is crazy. Um, which literally explains the motivation of the main antagonist, who somehow hates you for no apparent reason, and you never find out unless you unlock that secret cutscene. So yeah, that's kind of like amiibos are fun, but and I don't mind them unlocking like an extra life or something as they usually do. But like if you're gonna lock cutscenes behind them, that's crazy. Um, but yeah, other than that, like I enjoyed the game. I mean, fine for what it is. Like it's obviously the side content, the side story of the main Metroid series, despite some people thinking otherwise. Um, I mean, yeah, I don't know if they're planning to make a five soon, but I do hope that they're just gonna continue with the main series first. But yeah, I mean, like Metroid is one of my favorite franchise, so definitely happy that we got this, and yeah, it turned out to be fine. Um, Other than that, like I've been playing, yeah, bit all over the place. I played a little bit of Visions of Mana again, and I've also started recently Banishers, which is on PlayStation Plus. Which yeah, I mean, I think we all liked what we saw when that game was announced, and but yeah, it was really overcrowded when it came out, and it didn't really do well. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of a shame because it's definitely a great game. Like it has a fantastic story, great acting, great writing, and surprisingly fun gameplay. But yeah, I mean, it just came out at a time where there was just too much going on, and it didn't really have that sort of extra thing, that factor, that X factor, as it were, that it could yeah, set itself apart. It was no Expedition 33 sort of sort of teasing what we're going to talk about next. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I think I'm gonna probably push through it and try to finish this because I don't think it's a pretty long game. And then just try to wrap up some of the other games that I've been playing and see how far we're gonna get by the end of the year. Yeah, so that's what I've been playing.
Cool. Sounds good. Morgan, how are you, ma'am, and what have you been playing?
I'm good. Um, I've been what I've always been doing all December, playing Octopath Traveler Zero. Um, right now I'm like 47 hours into the game. Um, but so far PlayStation says I'm only like 21% through the game. But I mean that's mostly on me because I've been just like grinding to the point where I'm like level 38 and I'm like doing main missions that are like level 6. So
Okay.
it's just like
You're
I've just
like
been
you want
focusing
it
on
all.
yeah, I just been kind of focusing on leveling up my characters and now that I've like unlocked all of their what do you call it? Their skills, I can now master them, and when you master the skills, you can essentially uh use your JP to unlock that skill so that any other character can use it. So I've been like grinding for JP so that I can give my other characters the skills that I want them to have, like a particular skill like SP saver, so that like they'll only use like if a certain skill requires 16 SP saver will cut it to 8 SP, so it won't cost them as much to use a specific power. So I've like been grinding JP so I can like put that on all my characters and put like an auto heal skill on all my characters so that like during the battle they'll automatically heal themselves each round, and it's just like making my characters hella OP right now. Um, so yeah, that's essentially what I've been doing. I finally started focusing on the main missions. Like I'm down as far as like the first initial 3 bosses. Like I've already beat like the first 2 and they were like easy as hell, right? Cuz like there's like 3 chapters for each of the bosses, and like the third chapter I think is when they're like level 20 or something like that. So it's like it's not even hard. Like I'm just like taking on the boss, they're giving their little speech and they're like, my characters are like, "Oh man, this is going to be a hard one." And I like kill them in like 6 moves. And then they, they start their second phase and I'm like, "Okay, cool. That's fine." And I kill them again in like another 6 moves. But
Now you playing like me. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. So that's essentially what I'm doing. But I know they're not the only villains that you face in the game. They're just like the initial. So I'm sure, I'm living on easy street right now, but I'm sure like it's gonna catch up with me
Oh yeah, you're
eventually. And
preparing for the battles that come after.
yeah, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get like a dead stop where I'm like it's gonna start really kicking my ass, because that's just what Octopath does. But that's why I love it. I enjoy the actual having to use strategy. I'm only using like an ounce of brain power right now. Just to kill these bad guys. But soon it'll be kicked up, and I'll probably be facing enemies that are like level like 45 or 50 really soon. And I'm gonna really have to start, putting the strategy in turn based.
Mm-hmm.
Um but yeah, thus far it's really good. I'm liking the characters that I'm meeting. The story that thus far is really good. I built up my town to like level 4, level 3 or level 4, one of those. So it's like 60% as to where it needs to be. I was mainly focusing on doing that because leveling the town essentially it helps your character, like because you unlock things like farming, which the items that you grow you can use to cook and make food that helps you, like it'll raise your attack power, your defense power. It'll help you gain experience quicker or JP quicker or be resistant to certain elements like fire, water, whatever, right? So I wanted to raise that up, and then you can there's different jobs in the town. There's a merchant. You can get a shop, so you can buy items that are located all over the map, all the different cities. So that way, it's all at your shop. You don't have to go to 6 different shops to try to find like the weapon you want. So once you unlock like the blueprint of that city, they'll start selling that city stuff at your shop in your hometown. Um,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
every so often you get, yeah, it is nice. And every so often you get rare items and stuff, like really cool rare weapons and things like that. And the items change, um not necessarily daily, but it changes with how many battles. Like it's like the battles that you do are kind of the progression of the game. So as the more you battle, like the faster like your plants grow, the faster your merchant gets new material. And if you want a certain item, but let's say you don't have the money for it, let's say it costs like 30,000 or something, and you really don't have the money for it, but you know that if you're going out there battling and grinding, it's gonna get the list is gonna get refreshed. It's gonna go away. You have the ability to like lock it to keep it into the shop, so you can go out, battle, get some money, and come back and buy it when you have it. So that's a really cool thing they added. And then there's also the
Cool.
training ground. Yeah, and it's also the training ground because in this game you're gonna unlock like 30 plus characters, right? And your party only has enough of a slot for 8 people, right? So obviously, there's going to be people that are not going to be able to go on the game with you. You can switch out to whoever you want, but obviously, there's going to be,
Mm-hmm.
um, fellow party members that don't go with you. And in order for them to gain experience, because they don't gain experience when they're not battling with you, you can send them to the training ground so that whenever you're out battling, they get like a little bit of the experience that your party gets, so that way they can keep up with the level that your party's at, which is really cool. Um, and so that's basically why I've been focused on building up the town. I essentially built it up to the point where I have to stop now because I'm like locked out of like the next chapter to build it up to the next level, because I guess I have to do some more another main mission to unlock it. So that's kind of why I'm focused on main missions right now, because unfortunately I can't build up my town anymore. But yeah, it's really good so far. Like I said, my character's OP. I started off by picking the scholar job class because I wanted magic, because there was really nobody else on my team that did magic. So I wanted that, and my character's OP as hell with their magic. Like I unlocked like all the abilities to like hit them with like the magic skill twice, like lightning, hit everybody with lightning twice or hit everybody with fire twice. Um so yeah, it's just like one shot and, and everybody's just dying. But yeah, but the grind of Octopath is, some people don't like it, but I really enjoy it. Like I really enjoy making a plan like, okay, I need to unlock this specific skill, so I need to do this many battles, and then I can unlock it, then I can give it to this other character, and then I can unlock this other thing. And like I like planning stuff out like that, so it's fun for me. But yeah, so right now I'm focused on the last, I guess, of the initial bosses. And then I'm really interested to see what's gonna happen after that, because like I said, I'm not done. So, and I don't know what the rest of the enemies look like. So I'm interested to see what other villains I'm gonna be facing in this game. Um, so yeah, that's kind of all I've been focused on. Like when Octopath comes out, I really don't focus on anything else. So that's all I've been playing.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. It sounds like Team Asano has been listening to quality of life, changes that need to be added into a lot of games. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's a shout out to Team Asano for listening when the rest of Square Enix doesn't. So, yeah, they're looking like the A team right now. Okay, I don't know if you got a chance to play anything since we talked, but if you have, how are you and what have you been playing, man?
I've been playing the new DLC expansion thing for Goat Simulator 3, the Badlands.
Okay.
It's it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun, and they've added so many new different like tools to do things, and a lot of references to movies, and like there's a reference to holes, like when they go to the top of the mountain of God's thumb, and it's like paradise, like a little, like an oasis, um I remember because like at first you start out like kind of like in this wasteland area, because it's making a lot of like Fallout and like Max Fury Road, um those references. But I saw this one mountain, and I'm like, that there's something odd about that, like the way that this mountain was formed, and I'm like, I feel like that's a reference to something. And I get up to the top, and it's just this beautiful jungly oasis, and I'm like, oh, this is a holes reference. Oh, it was,
Love the little
and they
Easter
have,
eggs.
yes, and they have all that kinds of stuff. So that's what I've been doing. um I will go home again for Christmas, and Audrey's getting on the truck with me this time, and we're gonna pick up the PlayStation and the TV, and we're gonna be playing a lot of games in the truck together.
Nice.
Yep.
That's what's up.
So I'll
It sounds
yep.
like you can get a
So
lot
that's
more
what I've been
playtime.
doing. Yes.
Cool. It sounds like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, Omar, how are you, sir? And what have you been playing?
Yeah, fine stuff, everyone. Oh boy. First off, Pragmata, why you not working? I downloaded the demo for PC, but it's not working. No idea what's happening. But afterwards, before what, I was playing Gigasword. I ran into game-breaking glitch slash bug that legit killed my entire run. So, and I was already running through issue that could have prevented me from 100%ing the game, so I dropped it. I finished Dying Light, yeah, I said that, I remember, and I finally started Forspoken, and I'm remembered, I'm reminded why I fell in love with the demo with the game. Like, it's insane. Also, another thing, I'm happy I played what to call the actual game later. It's because I basically forgot everything about the game, the skills, the movement, everything. So I had to relearn everything, and it's such a cool way to um see yourself doing new moves, getting new moves and stuff like that. It's, the voice acting is cool. I like her New York personality. I love the magic power in this magic system in this game. Other than that, I literally just beat the very first official boss fight. It took me 30 hours just to beat the very first boss fight. So yeah, Sandbox is the same for me. But besides that, that's it.
Cool. Um, as for myself, yeah, it's pretty much been uh, Octopath every waking moment, um, literally. Um, Morgan was actually laughing at me the other night because I got to a really good part and I started falling asleep. She told me I had to
Bruh,
go
like
to
I was on
bed.
the phone with him as he was playing. Man, this man was just. I was like, bro, get up and go to bed, man. The controller's still in his hand.
Yeah, I was really wanting to see what was about to happen because it was cracking. Like the story was in major development mode, so I was really interested in the plot that was going on, and a bunch of new characters were being introduced, and like you had some crazy stuff going on. So like I was like, oh man, it's about to go down. Um, but yeah, so I had to put that in rest mode until later today. Um, I could finally jump on, get back in it. I did continue some of it before the podcast, so I did get to continue to see the rest of that scene, which was crazy. These One of the main things I love about Octopath, man, is like Octopath is not afraid to tell a dark, crazy story. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, like,
you're on the witch, right?
yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, she is crazy, and like,
Yeah.
honestly, like Octopath makes Final Fantasy look like the Disney Channel. I'm keeping it real, bro. Like I love it though. Like that mature tone, like showing you how bad and gritty and just crazy society could be. Even like the people who are, especially the people who are in the upper echelon and all the crazy stuff they did to get there. The story is just incredible so far. I'm loving all the characters, the way they introduced them, their stories. Like honestly, they just did a phenomenal job with it, and I'm kind of doing the same thing. Like Morgan was saying, you can't help but want to focus on building up the town and getting everybody a home, and evolving that while you're also getting to evolve your characters and get new job systems and all these other things. And largely because Morgan understands how the end of Octopath works, and when you want the platinum or you want 100% the game, it's even crazier because Morgan, I always give her flowers for this one. She beat the super boss in Octopath Traveler 2, which has taken some people weeks if you really want to understand how crazy that is. Like, again, people underestimate and let's talk about how easy they think, turn-based RPGs would be and this, that, and the third. And it's like, there's nothing easy about it. And the super boss is just a whole different level. And being level 99 is not going to save you. He will still demolish your whole team. So yeah, you definitely
Yeah.
got to
The first
build
time I
up.
tried to beat him at level 99, I was like, oh yeah, I'm OP now. I can do that mother. He handed me my fucking ass like I was at the beginning of the game. I was just like, yo, he two shot me and sent me right back and was just like, all right, That's when I was like, you know what? I need to huddle up. I need to focus because I thought I was just about to walk in there and beat his ass. But nah, it's definitely not a level thing. It's all strategy.
Absolutely. You got to have the right buffs, the right team composition, the right job composition, gear, everything has to be on point when you fight the super boss in that one. He'll walk in there, he'd be like, fix your face and come back. Don't try that. So, but yeah, so that's definitely the big thing that I've been focusing on as well. Honestly, it's so much fun. I just can't put it down. Team Asano is just amazing. And the HD 2D that they pioneered is just phenomenal. No one does it better than them. And it's just been great to be back in that world and experience that. I've definitely had some other stuff, kind of on the docket. But it's just like Octopath just takes over, kind of like Morgan was saying. It's just that good. A lot of games have gotten updates recently. Expedition, did the big thank you update with the insane photo mode. So I definitely want to get back and try that. But when I went to think about it, my nephew actually is playing Expedition 33 and borrowed my physical copy, so I don't have it right now. So I'd have to play it on PC if I want to get back and check that out. But yeah, shout out to them for really going crazy and working with one of the foremost top guys that I've seen for virtual photography, for really giving us a lot of crazy tools and stuff like that. Because man, we took plenty of screenshots of that game, but one of the things that we were saying, and one of the things that console players were definitely jealous of, is like all the crazy cool things that PC guys were able to do with a lot of the external tools, and they made sure to incorporate a ton of that into the system there, the screenshot system. So yeah, shout out to them with the photo mode. They did some incredible work with that and really thought about every single thing you can think of, allowing you to take literal images at any time, cutscenes, whatever, just anything. So yeah, that's been incredible. And then I know I'm still playing through Digimon Time Strangers, which is still really great. They just dropped some DLC, so I got the DLC in that, and then I also got the DLC in Super Robot Wars Y. So man, I'm just enjoying it. Like my rotation right now is crazy. I can't get to this stuff enough. And then I was just followed by, before we got on, I was just followed by a developer of one of the indie titles that I was looking at. I can't remember the full name. It's something Rapture, but it's another indie, style JRPG. So I went ahead and followed them back, and that's something else I'm looking forward to playing among Quartet and the Kingdom of the Dump that all recently dropped on Steam. So it's just been insane. People out here mad or upset or not focusing on playing good games right now, man. I don't know what you're doing. Even we were telling Fox that she got the major update for Killing Floor 3. So she's been having a ball with that too. So everybody's coming out with updates. So, I mean, really there's no excuse for you not to be having a ball. And early next year is looking insane. So, which we definitely saw some of that at the Game Awards, which is the perfect transition to talk about it. So, of course, earlier this week we had the Game Awards. Took place pretty late for some people, especially they were joking about Europe, because for some people it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. So of course, it's crazy time because it took place here in LA. But yeah, so I know, right? But yeah, so the stage, like personally, first and foremost, the setup, the stage and everything looked really great. My first impression, I felt like some of the pacing and some of the other things they did was really well done. Some questionable decisions, that kind of took place during the show. Mainly, usually the big thing at the end of the show is a really, really highly anticipated title or a new game we haven't seen, and that was really questionable decision from Jeff to put that game, as we'll refer to it for now, as the last game to show. I really honestly thought it was a joke. I was telling them when it was happening, I was like, he's got to be playing, right? Like that's not really the last game they're going to show, but it was, and the show closed after that. But yeah, so of course, anybody who's seen it at this point, most of you guys, Expedition 33, it's no secret, swept like crazy. They of course won the Game of the Year, which is again no secret right now, as well as many other awards. We're just gonna go through and see what everybody saw. I didn't love everything that was shown, but like I said, a lot of the cadence, a lot of the pacing, the presentation, a lot of the things were, honestly, it was a really good show. With, like I said, just a few questionable ones in there. Jeff's always got to pay the bills, so he always has the gotcha games and other stuff just thrown in there. So yeah, see what everybody, what you saw that you really loved, your biggest surprise of the show, and then probably your biggest snub, one that went to someone else, and you were like, man, I really wish this would have won instead. And again, it could all be the same. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'll start with Omar.
That's even me. Okay, the biggest surprise. Hmm. There were quite a few, but again, yeah, the Badger game was fun. I love how I was not sure that it's something for me, but one day it's like, yeah, that's a normal thing. It, when it literally was just the beginning, and I was super confused, like, how is it my thing? When, okay, the biggest surprise for me is Star Wars, Fate of the Old Republic. We got a few leaks, so it's between that and the two Tomb Raiders. When when I heard Tomb Raider remake, I thought they're talking about the the one with what you call it from the reboot trilogy, but now they're going to the original Tomb Raider, which is such a good thing because I never beat the original Tomb Raider, so that's such a yes moment for me. And the other one is another more Star Wars. Like I'm not that big into Star Wars, but I loved. I used to play Star Wars back in the heyday. The Force Unleashed one was phenomenal. I never played two. Um, and yeah, also another one is Coven of the Chicken Feet. It reminds me so much of The Last Guardian because how you're a small person, uh, your team working with a bigger person that I feel it's not gonna listen to you all that much. But yeah, that's just some of the games that I was surprised about.
Okay. What was your biggest snub as far as the award goes? Somebody you thought should have a game that
Hmm.
won that you thought a different game should have won.
Okay, so there are two.
Okay.
One, um, for best audio, it legit should have went to God of Yote.
Okay, that's
Like
fair.
the audio on Yote was so insane.
Yeah, that's
And
one of mine too.
the other one is um voice award is what you call it, the player choice should have went to this patch.
Absolutely.
Like like that's so unfair to to be against two gacha games and that didn't even come out this year, which is crazy. By the way, do I need to mention everything games that caught my attention or just one of you?
I mean, as I said, you can tell that your favorite game that was shown, like their surprise, and then other games that were shown that you liked.
Okay, so very quick, the favorite game is going to be um, Control 2, basically because of the township that went from what they were to a hack and slash. That was also the biggest surprise as well, but I'm gonna discuss that.
Cool. Weeb. Uh, Again for you. What was your surprise of the show? Something we saw that you weren't expecting, and then any other games that you liked, as well as your biggest snub.
Um, well, biggest surprise. Well,
If you were
trying to
surprised at
think.
all.
Uh, no. It was overall a good show. Like I after that last year's show, that was absolute garbage. Like my expectations were low, and they were pleasantly exceeded from what I was expecting. Even the pre-show had some great games that, like, I wasn't expecting to see so many games that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to play it. Like, Free Shepherd looked amazing. The Doggo game. Um, Also liked yeah, Bradley the Badger, which I know you guys were initially like, nah, this ain't it, and then it turned out to be like this homage to all these games. Finally we get a new Bloodborne game. It's called Badgerborn, but it's there. Cyberpunk, The Last of Us, like that looked really fun. Um, Stupid Never Dies, also a game that I initially like. This felt like Lollipop Chainsaw, and I think this is probably the sequel we're never gonna get. Um, but yeah, apparently it's a new studio that just oozes Suda 51 sauce. But yeah, I mean, look, it was like really strange trailer with the sort of the song and dance, but then gameplay wise looked really tight. Plus, they have former Devil May Cry developer, so that definitely is on my radar. Um, and yeah, I mean, uh, we're finally getting a new Star Wars Photor, uh, so we can finally drop the K. I mean, initially, like I thought this was gonna be finally that remake that were promised, but I think this is better, because like okay, sure, it would be nice to have a remake of KOTOR, but like a new game in that era, like sign me up, plus Casey Hudson, and yeah, I know it's way off though. He did say it's not gonna be released in 2030, so 2029 is then. Um, yeah, Covenant Chicken Feet. Liked it the same reasons Omar mentioned. Antos was also pretty interesting looking, with the Skarsgård Senior being the voice of the game. Control 2 also looked really cool. Uh, yeah, Exodus was not a new announcement, but that trailer really sold me on whatever doubts I may have had. Like it looked amazing.
Agreed. Exodus looked amazing. That was a hell of a trailer.
Yeah, and what was that other game? There was No Law. Also looked pretty cool. Like sort of like Cyberpunk meets Charles Bronson.
True. True.
um, and yeah, I mean, and yeah, I mean the biggest reveal, and that's sort of winding up to that big surprise was, of course, the new Nagoshi Studios game being announced, Gang of Dragon. Um,
Yeah.
if you watched the show and you heard somebody scream right when the Nagoshi logo was shown, yeah, that was me. Sorry, like I was screaming so loud that they heard me back in LA. But yeah, I mean, we were waiting so long. I had like almost given up hope that maybe, yeah, he would basically make nothing anymore because I know I think it's like NetEase that owns the studio or gave him the money, whatever. Um, but yeah, it turns out we should have held faith because yeah, I mean he delivered with that amazing trailer with none other than Don Lee being the main character. I mean, if you haven't seen any of his movies, you should because he's just as badass as he's shown in this game. Um, yeah, it's kind of funny that he leaves RGE Studios to basically make another what looks like another Yakuza game. It probably, based on what we know, has a bit more, maybe more in common with Sleeping Dogs because it also has actual car mechanics. Um, though to be fair, Yakuza 5 did have also drive mechanics. But yeah, I mean, it does look really good, even though I haven't seen a lot of it, but everything was in engine. Um, yeah, I can't wait to to play. Like they didn't announce a date, so it's probably is still a couple of years off. But it's really cool to know that there is a second studio next to RGT that's making basically, their kind of games, right? And maybe providing a little bit of sort of competitive synergy where like, oh yeah, they're basically topping us, and now we're gonna have to make something even more amazing. Because I do feel like, despite that I still enjoy all the RPG games, that they're kind of like this sort of push to basically remake every single entry in the series is getting a bit too much. Like I felt like three was one and two was understandable, but three was really like pushing it because like that game was still holds up really well. And I kind of like, what's the end game? Are you gonna again go full circle to Kiwami and say, okay, that was made with the old engine, so we're gonna make a Kiwami? Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they're gonna be inspired by that and decide to make another spin-off. I mean, there are plenty of Asian action stars that can hold their own in a game centered around their character. And interesting enough, it seems to be that they're actually using the real settings of Japan, where the Yakuza games famously use sort of fake names of like Kamurocho is like obviously not the real name of that district, and apparently Gang of Dragon is using the real names. So we sort of coming full circle, I guess. But yeah, that was definitely my biggest surprise. I absolutely loved. Let's see, that was my yeah. That's sort of top of my list now as being my most anticipated game, because yeah, I mean, one of the great action stars of today, and yeah, uh, having the legend, yeah, the father of the Yakuza games, returning in form with an amazing looking game. And yeah, I mean, there were so many other things like a new Mega Man, which should have normally got me excited, but with the onslaught of announcements, like, yeah, that kind of was like, yeah, yeah, cool. But I mean, we're already gotten so many great showcases, so many great trailers that I'm like, yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily, yeah, need to know this. And Orbitals also look pretty good, like that sort of co-op game that in complete anime style. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely wanna check that out. Yeah, and oh yeah, do have to mention like while I'm also not the biggest Tomb Raider fan, I do appreciate and have to give them credit that the dinosaurs have feathers. Something that has to be said. Uh, Jurassic World. This is how you do it. This is how you can update your dinosaurs and still make them look scary as fuck. So yeah, just want to get that out there. Um, and as for biggest snub, well, I think most awards were kind of what I expected. Like
Hmm.
I think we all expected that um, yeah, that expedition was going to sweep it, and it did. Um, and for the most part, deserved. Like I don't think you can really argue anything. It's more like, okay, yeah, I would have wanted something else, like with best debut indie that Dispatch would have gotten it, because it's it's sort of the only award it was nominated in, aside from the Player's Choice. But yeah, I mean, I can like in the end, like even for me, like Expedition 33 is my game of the year. So even I would have said that that's the better game. And yeah, I mean that's we've seen Twitter exploding when discussion. Oh yeah, no, you should limit the number of nominations. That or number of awards is stupid, because that's besides the point of the entire purpose of the award show. You're gonna award the best thing that happened that year, and you're gonna
Exactly.
like that would literally be being that it's a setup, that it's it's not real. If something wins an award because it looks better, then then it's not really an award, and it's just a marketing ploy or whatever. But yeah, I do. Yeah, I kind of wish that Ghost of Yotei did indeed won something. Like I think you could make a point for it to having best art direction, though I'm still um, I'm still satisfied with Expedition. But audio design, I would definitely have given that to Ghost of Yotei because of all the games nominated, that definitely had the best audio design. Um, so yeah, it kind of got snubbed where it could have gotten 1 or 2 awards. And plus, for me, the biggest snub is the best action game that should have gone to Ninja Gaiden because I'm sorry, Hades 2 is a great game, but doesn't hold a candle to the combat of Ninja Gaiden. So yeah, that was definitely to me a snub, and I guess also just to cap it off, Split Fiction should have won Best Family Game because that was a hell of a lot funner than Donkey Kong Bonanza. Just saying.
I agree.
Nintendo Ninja will get me now, but yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so that's my take on it. So I would grade it like an 8 or something, but I think it's a massive improvement over the last show. It just
Yeah, it definitely was.
Just as you said, they still have the obligatory cringe, the pay the bills moments, and like that final game announcement was such a disappointment. I mean, like they should have.
You didn't ask for a horse ride in Apex Legends that it
Omar, you need to get close to the mic because I can't hear you.
He's just trying to be funny while he away from the mic.
Oh, sorry about that. You're telling me you didn't ask for Apex Legend horse riding, whatever that shit was?
Yeah, I'm telling you that.
Shocker to no one.
All right.
Kay, same questions for you. I don't know if you're ready or if you're working or something because you're muted, but I don't know if you're ready. I'll let you unmute if you are. Okay, I don't think she's ready. So Morgan, we'll go to you first, and then we'll see if Kay's back. Again, same thing. Favorite, basically biggest surprise of the show. What else did you see that you liked, and your biggest snub of the show?
Biggest surprise of the show. Definitely Control Resonance. The sequel to Control. I am a big Remedy fangirl. So,
yes, you are.
Control's my favorite. I am. Control is my favorite of their IPs. So I've been waiting because it obviously was getting a sequel, and they announced it a while ago. But I've been patiently waiting for them to reveal the sequel to Control, and the mere fact that we're going to be controlling, at least seemingly, because you never know with Remedy.
True.
But that we're going to be controlling Dylan now, and not Jesse, is a very interesting turn of events. I mean, like, there's so many questions I have. Like, it's apparent the Hiss got out. I mean, I that was kind of the main antagonist of the first game. And that was kind of the main thing that we were doing as Jesse was trying to control the Hiss, but and keep them inside the building, quote unquote, the old house as it's referred to, the FBC building. But I guess we failed in that, or at least we only contained them for so long, and they somehow got out, or maybe somebody else let them out because there was just so many entities that lie in the old house. Because the FBC is essentially a container for like all paranormal activity and items, AWE items found out in the world. That it was only a matter of time until something got out. So apparently they got out, and I'm not sure exactly who this new entity is that we see at the beginning. It kind of looks like Polaris, but at the same time, I don't think it is because it looks a little different. The kaleidoscope looking thing that we see at the beginning, it looks a little like the entity that's like inside Jesse, but also it looks different. So it might be a new entity, and maybe that's the thing that awoke Dylan, and that's why he's now outside. Because it looks like the board is now asking Dylan to go after Jesse, and it's like the sibling has gone rogue. So I'm very interested to see what's going on with Jesse. By the end of the first game, this is spoilers, just so people are aware. By the end of the first game, she was basically against the board. Like she did not trust them whatsoever, which is, I mean, to be expected because here is this entity that's been sitting in this spot for hundreds of years, and seemingly helping humans by giving them this weapon. You know, hers was a gun. Apparently they've been there for hundreds of years. Like they've been there giving weapons to all humans. Like apparently they were the ones that gave King Arthur his sword, and um and gave Thor his hammer. Like all the legends supposedly are them granting humans these abilities. But for what? Like, you know, nothing is for free. So they have some kind of ulterior motive as to why they're doing this. And so by the end of the game, she didn't really trust them. So my guess is she's either trying to figure out what their motive is or she's found it. And that's why they're sending Dylan after her because they don't want whatever she found out to get out in public or whatever. So yeah, now the hiss is out in New York, which is insane. And we're gonna have to fight them out in the realm, which is exactly what you don't want to do. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited about this. There's so many, like again, even my theories, it could be completely wrong because this is Remedy. It's just like with Kojima, like you never freaking know what the story is about to be. But I am so down for this. I'm gonna have to whenever they give release date, I'm gonna have to set some time to replay Control again, just so I can get back in that zone. But what was you said the surprise and what was
then
the other one?
just other titles that you saw that you were like, man, that looks really good. You know, obviously that was your biggest surprise, but then like, you know, Star Wars, I know you were really digging that, you know, so on and so forth. Anything else you saw that you were like, man, that looks good, and I'm definitely paying attention to that now.
Oh yeah, I got like a whole list, but I'm gonna be quick with that.
Nah, go crazy. This is honestly like the main topic, so go crazy.
Yeah, this is actually, like everybody's been saying, one of Jeff Keighley's good years. Like the hype actually matched, you know, the quality of games that we saw. Because you know he'll hype up some stuff, and you'll just get to the Game Awards, and you'll be sitting there like, bro, what is this?
Yeah, that's true.
But I agree with everybody. He actually, at least for like the first 80% of the show, it was
yeah. There you go.
Because I don't know what that ending was, but I mean, I probably get it. Those developers paid him a hell of a lot to be that and one more thing final slot, because there's just no way he himself was like, this is a great closer. Like you go from Intergalactic last year to this, like I'm just, huh?
Yeah, the setup is what killed me the most. Like he built that up like the greatest celebration in all of gaming. Like I was like, oh, this is about to go crazy.
Closer, and that's why everybody thinks like, oh shit, you know, this is about to be something crazy, right? And it's just, I get it, you know, it's the creator of Anthem or whatever. So like, you know, devs that are, you know, at least goated, at least used to be in the live service. So you think, you know, they made an innovative live service game initially back in 2008 or whatever the hell this game came out. And so you think, okay, here they come again. They're about to take live service or, you know, shooters to the next level. And here comes this generic looking Overwatch on horses ass game. And I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? But I get it. They probably paid Jeff Keighley a grip to be that one more thing because they wanted to be the closer, because the closer is supposed to be the big game that everybody's looking forward to, you know. And it's just looking at the list of all the games that he showed, I could have gave him like 6 alternatives to that to be the closer. But anyway, let me stop. But as far as the games that I liked, initially I didn't think I was gonna like this game, the Bradley the Badger because at first I was like, eh. But then, the levels started changing. Shit started looking like Astro Bot. Like, I was just like, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me stop. Let me stop for a second. And then, Evan Peters showed up. I was like, hold up. Okay. All right. You got me. So, yeah, I got my eye on that. Right now, it's like Steam only, but they're apparently looking to come to other platforms. So maybe they'll come to PS5, but, we'll see.
Okay.
And then that was like the pre-show, but then like the start of the show, then like Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic came out, and I was like, oh shit! And I'm also a Star Wars fangirl.
That is true.
So anytime Star Wars pops up, I'm like, hell yes. Yeah, I was curious. I thought maybe we'd see KOTOR, but we got KOTOR instead. So
I definitely
cool.
thought we'd see KOTOR, but I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Apparently it's still in the making. They're still working on KOTOR 1 remake, and they're also apparently working on KOTOR 2 remake. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get those, to kind of pad the time until this one comes up. And this one it's not a direct sequel to KOTOR. It's supposed to be like the spiritual successor, and then Casey Hudson is on this. He's the mastermind behind KOTOR and Mass Effect trilogy. So this is supposed to be action adventure RPG. So I mean, this is his kind of bag. So I would expect this to be very good. I mean, I've always wanted just a RPG Star Wars game. I'm like, bro, who doesn't want to make their own character? And apparently we're gonna be picking whether we want to go towards the light side or the dark side. I'm like, bro, why hasn't anybody thought of this shit yet? Like it's just like we've been getting, narrative driven where there's already focus on who the character is, and of course we've got KOTOR where you're, it's more of the turn based, but this one's just you action oriented, choosing your character, building your character, choosing whether you want to go to the light or the dark side. I'm like, yes, thank you, fuck, finally. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And like we've said, he made that announcement that it's not going to be a 2030 game. So hopefully we'll see it in the next couple years. Like, I don't expect to see this any earlier than 2028. Like the earliest. I think that's early for this game. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I know people are upset. They're like, man, why are you showing this shit so early? But there's a reason. It's not really for us. It's for, marketing to start getting developers interested in possibly coming onto their team. And then, of course, to get like the suits interested and get funding and everything like that for their game. So that's really what this is about. Right. So I get it. People was like, why the fuck you showing me this shit? Years out, but it's
why
not
would
really.
You show it to me if I couldn't have it then?
Why would you show it to me if I can't fucking have it? Yeah. I get it though. But either way, I'm glad it exists. I'm glad we know about it. Hopefully, in this rough industry that we're in, it doesn't get canceled or, because anything's possible, especially when AAA is involved and big budget and licensed IPs are involved. Shit, just can hit the fan. So I'm just praying that this comes through and it pulls through, and Casey puts his magic on it, and we get an exceptional Star Wars action RPG. So I am so looking forward to that. Also, the very interesting and sick and twisted trailer of Divinity. That shit was crazy.
Man.
I was like, oh, okay. It just kept getting crazier and crazier by the second. Man on the stake. His skin just, he set this man on fire, and everybody's just cheering, eating, and then fornication's going on. I'm just like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah, the debauchery was insane.
The debauchery, man, like little kids cheering on, yeah, let's go, yeah,
No, that was the best part of the show.
Human nerds is an interesting species, man. How we can just kind of no,
not for that, not for them.
No.
Okay.
You have to. Yeah, I mean, someone's always going to think it's over the top, right? When you go crazy, I mean, people see the Saw movies and think they're over the top. Like, it's just when you go, further than anybody else, someone's always going to think that. But people have to understand, for them, they go that far to emphasize the point of the trailer, which if you watch and about Divinity and Divinity Original Sin, the two types, they're all about the original sin are the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
and that's
This
what
one's
they were showing.
definitely this
Of
one's
course,
definitely
that's gonna
focusing
be one of
on
them.
gluttony, man.
Yeah.
This
Okay,
is
yeah, gluttony,
I was
everything.
like
Yeah,
that's what I was
okay.
saying. I was like that's what I was saying when I was initially watching. I was like, oh, this is very gluttony focused.
It
Like
is.
just over the eating and overindulging, celebrating this stuff, like just doing the most while this man
And
is
the
just
porn
dying.
and everything.
Yeah.
Baby. Yeah,
Yeah.
continue.
To quote
Thank you,
Omar, I have a question.
But yeah, it was just so over the top, but I loved it. I'm like low key interested now. I've been wanting to play Baldur's Gate 3, so like I feel like I need to hurry up and get on that because this is obviously a Larian Studio project, and they said it's even bigger than Gate 3, which is insane to think about because even though I didn't
Yeah,
play
it
it, I
is.
know how immensely huge that game is, right? So the fact that they're saying, oh yeah, they were going even crazier, I don't doubt it. And that was the game of the year winner of 2023, I believe, right? So yeah, I'm interested to see what the game. I'm sure it's going to be like the other Divinity games, which is just fine.
Yeah, that's my question. Like, is it because I heard you say that innate on Brap's podcast. Like, I remember it's not original sin, it's
So
divinity.
so so they're so
Previous,
they're still related though. So basically, this is supposed to be like a tie-in. So there's Divinity, and then there's Divinity Original Sin. So
yeah,
they're
I,
like,
I I get it, but my question is because I've checked the other Divinity games, like the before Original Sin, and
mhm.
they're not CRPGs. They're more action RPGs. So I'm kind of wondering, does it mean they're
Mm.
going to go back to that, or is it still going to be CRPG?
Yeah, I mean that part's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know because they obviously we didn't see any gameplay yet.
Yeah.
Uh, I
We ain't got a
personally
date or
think
nothing.
yeah, I personally think they're gonna go that route mainly because they've developed such a huge fan base with Original Sin.
Yeah.
But I mean, we could be wrong. So yeah, I mean, I'm interested either way. Like we said, they're a top tier dev,
Yeah,
so
I'm
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 confident in
down
whatever
to
choices they make.
yeah, whatever they make. This the just the theme of it looks so fucking good. I'm down for it. That was definitely a trailer to get me interested, to pique my interest and be like, oh, okay, oh, y'all being serious.
Yeah,
Definitely mature, hardcore themes, which I'm all down for. I love me a good mature game. So yeah, I'm down for that. Oh, and then of course, the game of the show, guys, For Loop. Yes. Yes, the PlayStation collaboration with Bad Robots. Oh my
I
god.
mean, it
Yes.
wasn't as bad as we
Okay, so
expected
anyway,
it
that
to
shit was
be.
garbage. It looks like they're trying to
Come on.
recreate
We've seen what?
it looks like they're trying to recreate the magic that they had with Helldivers 2.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It gives me Helldivers 2 vibe, and as you know, I was initially, as soon as I saw the trailer of Helldivers 2, I knew it was a hit. I was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be day one. That's gonna do amazing. It looks amazing. My vibe is never wrong. This shit looks like
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah.
Okay. It looks, again, I think they realized the at least that Helldivers was that ship in a bottle. Like they just want to, that lightning in a bottle. They just want to capture again, and so they're trying to imitate that, but it doesn't look like they're going to get that a second time, because this is what happens when you're just trying to imitate and you're not trying to innovate. You just try to, let's copy what we did before because that worked. Like, it's just not really giving much. It looks like something that's going to be, played for about 4 months and then just disappear into the nether realm. Like that just kind of looks like what's going to happen
depends
with this.
if they put their their everything into
They
it.
put their everything in Concord, and that shit flopped
Yeah.
And
expeditiously.
Concord from the get go was
Sorry,
a
this from the get
pass
go is
for me.
garbage.
Yeah.
This shit looks
Eh,
looks generic as a motherfucker.
Like that voiceover like didn't fit what we saw at all. Like it's like they realized, oh, this looks like shit. Like, okay, let's put a funny voiceover over it and maybe pretend that's actually more exciting than it looks like. Yeah, yeah, sure.
It seems like they're learning like the pieces that they shouldn't be. It's like, okay, we've learned that maybe we shouldn't get our first party to do it. Maybe we should partner with other people who make live service games. Like, we partnered with the Helldivers team to make Helldivers 2, so let's partner with Barrow because they made Left 4 Dead or whatever the fuck. And so let's get them to make a co-op game because they make co-op games that are kind of popular. So let's get them to do it. Oh, and could you kind of incorporate that PvE style that the PlayStation gamers I guess seem to like because they really don't like PvP apparently. So we're gonna go PvE, and it's just like I don't know.
I
It's
mean,
just
they're learning at least. I
okay.
gotta give them that.
Listen, all I'll say is, you know what, PlayStation, get ready to be disappointed again, and that's all. That's all I'll say with that. Unless they show another trailer and it shows a complete 180 of what they showed originally, maybe this is just bad marketing on the part of PlayStation and Bad Robots, and maybe the game is actually fun, but they're just not showing it in a fun way. I'll give them another chance to see. Maybe there'll be like a beta or something, and if the second trailer looks interesting, maybe I'll give the beta a try. But from what I've seen initially, it made me want to go to sleep.
Okay.
So yeah.
Trust your gut, Morgan.
I know my
Damn,
gut's
that's
never
an
wrong, man.
insult.
So next, Coven of the Foot, or Coven of the Chicken Foot. Yes, that looks amazing. We got Bruce head in the studio, ex Naughty Dog, co-director of The Last of Us. So I'm very interested to see what this is about. Yeah, it's definitely giving me like I was just like, man, this is like little devil inside and shit, bro. Like which made me very upset because I'm like, damn, where the hell is that game? But I'm interested to see what this is about. I'm all for the interesting, quirky indies. So this looks good. So yeah, I'm keeping that on the radar. I don't think he gave a date for that one, but yeah. Another one was I don't even know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. Ontos. It was that space sci-fi looking Judas kind of game. It looked really good. Looked really good. It's also coming to
From
the
the developer
PlayStation.
from Soma, I think. Soma.
Yeah, it's also coming to PS5. I don't think they gave it a either, but it looks good. I
It's
like
also
that
being
kind
published
of.
by Kepler.
Yeah, Kepler's, man, they on it, man. They had like at least 6 or 7 games at the show that
Yeah,
they
they
were
did.
publishing. Yeah, Kepler was very present at the Game of the Year awards, which is good for them. So yeah, I know, right? So yeah, next another space game that I think we're all looking forward to. That we were talking about Exodus. We finally got the time frame for that, early 2027. I have a feeling they wanted to do 2026, but then GTA cemented themselves as November, and they were just like, hell no.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
kind of moved themselves over to 2027, which I respect. GTA is a juggernaut, and you got to get the hell out the way for that. And hey, more time, the better, right? The more time to get your game ready, the more time to polish it because it looks phenomenal. It looks great. I'm really excited about this one. Space RPG. I'm all about the space game. So the game looks good. We heard our boy Matthew McConaughey on there. All right. He's gonna be in it, so I'm like, cool, fuck yeah. It looks. I mean, I don't have any complaints about it. It just looks like a great space RPG that a lot of ex Mass Effect devs are gonna be working on. So hey, if motherfucking BioWare ain't gonna do it, let somebody else do it. Shit.
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, looks fucking phenomenal. Yeah, and then the Lego Batman game got its release date. That's also day 1.
Yeah, I know you were hyped for that.
Hell yeah, May 29th, 2026. So I'm like, fuck yes, not too long of a wait, 6 months. So yeah, I'm all for that. It looks freaking phenomenal, and the fact that they're incorporating or at least paying homage to all the other Batman games. Like there was like a second or 2 frame showing the similar scene from the Batman Arkham game when Joker was being carted off into Arkham on the little strapped chair. It had that same scene on Lego of Joker, Batman walking behind as Joker's getting carted off into Arkham. So I was like, oh yeah, love it. See what you did, Rocksteady. Now I gotta look at Lego games to get some little piece of what we used to get from you guys, but just to get the little ounce of what we used to get from Rocksteady, man. But
How
that's
the
not.
mighty have fallen, eh?
It's a damn shame. You know what? If Netflix closed you down, I'm not gonna shed a fucking tear because you know what? You did it to your damn self. All right.
That is
Like
fair.
it's your fucking fault. It's your fucking fault.
It's looking really grim for them. with
Yeah, it's
how
looking grim, bro.
Netflix.
I ain't gonna lie. Netflix talking about, yeah, they didn't even buy they
Yeah,
they were like, oh
no
yeah, we didn't even
value.
buy it
It
for the gaming division, which is what I said. I said they don't give a fuck about the game. They bought the shit for because they want the rights to WB, the properties. They don't give a fuck about gaming. So gaming is just gonna be a decimal point that they're gonna be sitting there slashing. Like, oh, where can we save money? Take this off, take this off, take this off. Who's losing money over here? Which studios? Okay, Rocksteady, yeah, fuck them. So yeah, but yeah, Lego Batman, phenomenal looking game. And the only downside that I have with Lego games is there's always co-op, but it's only ever local co-op. Like again, they refuse to do online co-op, which is something me and Nate had, frustrations with because when we were playing the Luke Skywalker saga, the Star Wars saga from Lego, where you obviously can play multiple characters depending on the movie that you're playing, but we couldn't play because it was only local. We could, but we had to use share play, which is kind
Yeah,
of weird because the lag was terrible.
it was terrible.
So it's like share play is great in theory, but that lag, I mean, again, I haven't tried it in a couple years since we played that, but the lag was terrible. So yeah, I don't know what Lego has against like online play. I guess just because it's focused on kids and the co-op, the couch co-op kind of thing. If it's a family style game, so I guess that's what but I mean, I really would love if they incorporated online co-op. But anyway, moving on. The Tomb Raider games. That was a very cool announcement. We knew we were getting something Tomb Raider. It was obviously told to us like the day before that, hey, Tomb Raider is going to be present, and everybody just assumed Tomb Raider was going to be there. But the mere fact that we got two Tomb Raider games was a nice surprise. We
Yeah, that
got
was a
the
big one for me.
remake. Yeah, it was very cool. They announced the new Tomb Raider game, the Catalyst, Tomb Raider Catalyst, which is releasing in 2027, and that's supposed to be the next game in the original trilogy, so the fourth after the original, which is cool. I'm like, okay, cool. We're continuing like the story of the OG Tomb Raider. Sounds very cool. Um, but then I saw 2027 and I said, oh. I said, oh, okay, well, that's fine. But then they surprised and said, oh, wait, there's more. And then they were like, a Tomb Raider remake of the original first Tomb Raider, 2026. Legend of Atlantis. I was like, oh, fuck yes, that's great. Something to hold us over until 2027. So that's really cool. And I don't know what the hell people are talking about online. Her design looks fucking phenomenal. She looks great. Like I'm not really sure what some of
people
these
are
guys
playing that. You know how
assume
they are.
women look like because that's like the most feminine character we've gotten in years. I don't really know what the fuck they're talking about. But yeah, she looks good. She's back to doing her acrobatics, I hear back flipping and shit. We love to see it. And like we've said, I know he's like he said, he's extra happy that the dinosaurs have feathers. they got accurate on the looks of the dinosaurs, which is cool. Um, and then another, of course, weeb special, the Gang of Dragon. Yeah, that was a big surprise. Another big surprise. Yeah, no, I thought, yeah, like we've said, that Nagashi, him leaving, Sega in like 2021, and it's just been quiet. Just been so quiet. And then, like you said, the whole them pulling funding from his project, kind of put things up in the air. Like, are we gonna get anything? Are we not? And then boom, we got my boy Don Lee starring, and it looks fucking fantastic. It looks like almost like fucking Sleeping Dogs. Like I love the style of it.
Oh,
It
you went old
yeah,
school with this one.
yeah,
A
it's
question
given
is
an
this a TV show or something or a movie?
Omar, what the
'Cause
hell are you talking about, bro?
I have never heard of this character before.
Character,
Wait,
it's the
you talking
name
about the
behind it.
guy, the man?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, he is a movie star. Omar, you've seen him before anyway. He was in Death Stranding. Death Stranding 2. He was one of the porters
Oh no
that
no
we
no!
had to
I
deliver
thought
to.
there was already a movie about him at the
About
Yakuza.
him.
That's why I was asking.
N- About him as
Or
a Yakuza. What?
okay, I will explain later. Offer.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, it looks fucking fantastic, and I'm really excited about it because obviously people were laughing like, damn, he left RGG just to make another Yakuza game. And I'm like, okay, first of all, first of all, you could tell it's more his vision in this. Well, one, because like we've said, it's actually using real settings in Japan. And two, I'm seeing we're driving cars and shit now. Like, hold up.
Yeah.
We're getting a little bit more intricate into things now. We're getting a more, adventure side. And like he was shooting guns. Like obviously there's guns in Yakuza, but you get like 6 and then you slap somebody with the gun in the face, and that's literally it. Like it looks like, we're actually having different guns that we can have. He like a machine gun in one, all kinds of different shit. So I'm like, oh, it's getting more, more intricate into like the action adventure side that the Yakuza games don't really go for. So I'm like, it's definitely different than what RGG, and that's probably why maybe he left. He wanted a little bit more freedom in what he could do in the game, and I'm all down for it because it looks fucking fantastic. Like I'm a big Don Lee fan anyway, so all he had to do was show him. Like he could honestly just show the screenshot of him and say he will star in my next game, and I would have been like, okay, I'm there. Like that's really all it took. But it looks great. It looks really good, and I can't wait to see when this game comes out. Because I don't think he gave a date for that either, so that's kind of up in the air. But yeah, Game of the Dragon, nice surprise, great to see it. And then we got the 007 update of Lenny Kravitz being in the game. That was a interesting turn of events. I mean, I'm not mad at it. It was just
that was surprising.
Random.
And he was there, which was crazy.
Yeah, and he was there, looking good as he always does,
He's trying to keep his relevance,
Look
He's
at
like,
the
don't
man is a
forget about
legend.
me.
I was just like, okay, Lenny Kravitz, cool, he's here, okay. And then of course the next game was like No Law, which was the makers of from the makers of The Ascent. So they've kind of taken a 180 from what they usually make. I mean, they made
they did.
kind of a side-scrolling co-op kind of game to now making a first-person RPG like Cyberpunk game. Very interesting. So apparently you play like a military vet, and it's like a game with a branching narratives and alternative paths, and you're just trying to like, survive the city. It looks really good. Like I said, this is a complete 180 from what they made last time, because me and Nate played The Ascent co-op, and my God. And honestly, this is my fault because he pressured me into playing the game. I had no desire to play this game whatsoever. But he was like, come on, it's co-op, it's co-op. I was like, okay. Yeah, that shit was trash. It was garbage.
Wasn't it really buggy?
Yeah,
the problem.
Buggy.
I played it with Viper, and at some point we had so much lag that we just gave up. It wasn't fun at some point. Like, yeah, I truly hope their next project is gonna be way better.
I hope whatever was going on with The Ascent as far as like the glitches and bugs are not something that carries over into this new game, because this one actually looks promising. So but what were you about to say?
Cyberpunky.
This man says, as if it ain't take him for like 47,000 business days to finally play Cyberpunk. All right.
Hey, I was talking about the glitches and bugs, but yeah, no, it does look cyberpunky in a good way.
But yeah.
But what were you about to say today?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, it looks really good. I like it though, the kind of gritty action espionage a little bit with the cyberpunk setting. It looks interesting. So another one with no date though, so another one we have to wait. A lot of these games that I'm interested in came out with no date, which sucks, but I got enough to play, so I shouldn't be complaining. But one that did at least get a year release window was the stop motion game Out of Words, which looks really good. Me, anytime there's a stop motion in an indie, I'm automatically interested because I just love the animation style of stop motion. So like, you've already got me completely invested if you use stop motion. Okay, because that is a craft upon itself, and I admire anybody who can sit there and do all of the work that takes to get stop motion to work. So yeah, Out of Words looks great. It looks like and it's co-op, so that's another fun. So I'm gonna be dragging Nate in to play it, whether he wants to or not. And
And I'm dragging Weave for this one.
oh man, and it looks really cool. I think obviously it's called Out of Words because like the main characters don't have mouths, so it'll be interesting to see what the narrative is behind that. But it looked like it has some really cool settings, some really cool platforming puzzles that are going on. So I can't wait to see more about that this next year. So yes, I'm excited about that one. And then we've got the release date for Phantom Blade Zero, which is in September. Looks great. I mean, we've all been looking at that game. No, it is not a Souls game or a Souls like. It is an action game. So, yeah, that's all I need to hear, and I'm down. It looks
Same.
good. It looks really good. The combat looks fantastic. So I can't complain at all about this game. But yeah, and then the show ended with the closer.
Good
That
old
The
High
worst
Guard.
ending in the history of ending.
was the greatest game to ever be shown. No, yeah, I don't know what the hell that was, but it's just like you did like look. Y'all just hear. I just had a list of great, and that's rare, especially when it comes to the Game of the Year awards. I had a list, okay, and then you end it on that. Like, bro, like
He
you were
could-
doing so good, and then you just did that, and I'm
He
just
could
like,
have
ugh.
easily ended it with any other game, and
That's what I'm
it
saying.
would
He could have
have
swapped
been
it out with anything on this
phenomenal.
list, and I would have been like, okay, cool, nice closer. Like you had Tomb Raider, you had Gang of Dragon, you had Control, you had
The Star
the
Wars,
Photor, like you had all this shit, and you end it with that.
and the way he hyped it, like I know he's a showman, and he needs to hype it up, but like, dude, he almost made it sound like it's some revolutionary stuff,
I mean, he got
and
to sell
I,
it because
I'm
they
watching
paid
that
him money to do it. So
I'm watching the trailer, and I'm like, it's literally Apex with horses. Congratulations, people.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, it's a shame. I forgot one game though.
Yeah.
The free shepherd. That was where you play
I knew it.
as
You're
as a
gonna
border
suggest that one.
collie and you're shepherding sheep. Okay, listen. All right. Anytime I get to play
You're
as a
adorable.
dog, I get excited. All right. And I love herding games. Okay, I already played in platinum hurdling. Okay, you telling me I get to herd some more? Awesome. Okay, I like putting things in order and herding things. So maybe I am a border collie in another life, but it looked really good. It looked really good, and apparently, like it looks like it's more than just the herding. Like it looks like there's going to be some kind of entity that we're fighting while we're herding the sheep. So I'm interested in playing that game. But unfortunately, that got a 2027 release window, and I was like, "Damn, come on, man!" But
It's only 2026, so it's not that long.
it's at 2027. Well, yeah, I mean, sure, whatever, man. But I'm impatient. I want to play everything right now, acting like I'm not playing a game that I wouldn't stop, for anything, But I'm selfish. I can't help it.
Aren't we all? We just want the
Yeah.
new things.
But
Put it on the wish list.
yeah, that's exactly what I did. Like I got so many games that I wish listed from the event. That
Yeah, same.
I gotta start clearing my wish list because some of them shits are old as hell that I've already played, and for some reason PlayStation doesn't clear shit off your wish list. Like clear it out. If I own it,
Yeah, I don't know
take it
why they
off.
don't do that.
Yeah, if you own it,
So
yeah, it should be cleared out.
I have to clear out my wish list, but I wish listed like at least the games that were available to wish list. I've put them up there. But yeah, great show. As far as a score, I'd probably give it like a strong 8. It definitely lost a point from that that ending though. That shit pissed me off. But yeah. Great show. Great show.
Agreed. What was your biggest snub out of who won?
Oh, I mean, you already know. I feel like, listen, I feel like the best RPG should have went to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, As somebody who's platinum both of those games, all right, I love them both, and you know I've been having these internal struggles about which one has been my game of the year, right? Like they've been battling it out in my mind, you know, like the devil's on my shoulder telling me why they deserve to be number one in my head. Okay. It's been strong, it's been hard, it's been a hard fight, but at the end of the day, Expedition 33 won out on the game of the year, and I'm not gonna fight anybody on that. Like, I think Expedition 33 absolutely deserved game of the year. But I think when it's RPGs, like when it's two RPGs battling out, and this is not me saying that Expedition 33 is not an RPG, because it is. Okay, and anybody who's saying it's not is a dumbass. All right, like
Talk
it's
about
just
it.
I think one game was a better RPG than the other, and I just feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance was a better RPG than Expedition 33. And I know people are gonna be like, but if it wins best art, you know, if it didn't win best RPG, how could it be game of the year? And I'm like, because there's more overall about the game than just its RPG mechanics that make the game great, right? Like something can be overall better, but it was beat out by a specific mechanic or specific mechanics of it than this other game, right?
That is
So
true.
I just think, yeah, I just think that Kingdom Come Deliverance was a better RPG game, and I feel bad for the devs. You know, I think they put their all into that game, but you know, I want them to know that I still love them, and that their fans still love them, and it's okay if you didn't win. We still love you, and we're still looking forward to whatever the hell you do next. So it's just, you know, we had so many great games this year, and all these great games just went against one that was just far superior, unfortunately.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
like
I think that's the
TFT is
big
such a
thing.
juggernaut.
Yeah,
It's unfair.
this is what happens when it's just a year where there's just a clear winner. It's just nobody, regardless of how great your game is, it's just not going to. It's just like you already lost, bro. I feel like no matter how much you love your game, or you know you've worked on a game, like I feel like if you went this year, you should probably have known that Expedition was just gonna clear. I think the Silk Song devs didn't even show up because they said there's no point, Expedition's gonna win.
Yeah,
Like,
I
they
don't
literally said
think they
that.
were there.
In my opinion,
Yeah, they literally said that. They said we're not coming because Expedition's gonna win.
It's just, in my opinion, that's disrespectful, but I get it.
I mean, for what? Because I mean, why would I waste?
They
my
did
time and
actually win
money?
something
Like,
though.
Yeah,
yeah, and
was
that's
something.
and
That's
that's why
why.
Jeff. That's why Jeff said, "See, you did win something," because they.
Oh, I
tweeted
didn't
that they
catch
weren't
that.
coming.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's why Jeff said that, because
Oh,
they
okay.
tweeted that they weren't gonna come because Expedition was gonna win, and so Jeff's like, "See, you did win something," but it's just like, I mean, I think the award they wanted was Game of the Year, and they knew they weren't gonna get that. So
Yeah, they're not
fuck
getting
it.
that.
Like,
Nobody
wanted
is
the big
getting
one.
like music. Like, let's give the buck. 33 was perfection from start to finish. Music, gameplay, art, storytelling, character design, you name it, it got everything. So nobody like just stood a chance. And I love Death Stranding. I love God of Yote. I never played Kingdom, so I can't comment about that one. It people will just think it's rigged without ever playing 33, which is phenomenal. But yeah.
I mean, people do this every freaking year that the game that they like doesn't win. It's, oh my god, this is why it's rigged. Oh my god, you like this game over this other game? What the hell? You're not a real gamer. It's just like, I keep people all the time, every time before the Game Award starts, right? Like the month or the two before it, they always talking about how they don't care and how nobody cares about the Game Awards. It's not that real. It's not that serious. Blah blah blah. You know, it's just marketing. But then as soon as the awards are given out, then all those same people start bitching and crying. And I'm like, bro, I thought you just said you didn't care. Like, why are you on here complaining that it's rigged when you were the one who were like, oh, it doesn't matter because it's not that important? Well, then shut up. Like, this is why I get on here and be like, bro, y'all gotta stop taking this shit serious. Okay, because
Yeah.
this is all just about marketing. It's really not about the awards. The awards are just what gives it some kind of clout and gives it some type of authority for Jeff to be able to do this. All right, it's just about marketing and making money. Okay, but the awards are nice. The awards are cool, and they're, you know, for the most part, they are usually given to the game that's most deserving. But at the end of the day, it's all about money. So just relax. It's not that damn fucking serious. Like it helps out the devs who are nominated because they get a little bump in sales. But for the most part, the people who were nominated were already selling pretty damn good to begin with. I mean, that's kind of why they're there because they're
That is
popular
true.
with people. But yeah, just don't take this shit that serious, y'all. Like we're not on the team. We're not the ones making the money from this. This is not like we don't have any repercussions because the game didn't win. Like you still got to play the game and enjoy it. Like it's all good. But yeah. At the end of the day though, but the award itself, like I said, the award show was well done. I need him to keep up that cadence. And of quality besides that ending. I hope next year's is just as good, if not better, with a much better, stronger ending. But yeah.
Agreed.
You didn't
Yeah.
think High Guard was a high point of the show?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be game of the year when it comes out, bro.
Uncontestable. Yeah, I mean, you did say we're not on the team, but I am jealous that one of the homies that I'm cool with online, I was helping her play Expedition 33, helping her understand the Picto system and stuff, and then it ended up being her game of the year, and she absolutely loved it. She actually got to meet all the developers at the Game Awards the other night. So
Nice.
that was
That's
crazy.
dope.
Yeah, and she was
Oh man.
yeah, and she was dressed. She dressed as Mael when she changes clothes.
Oh.
So the white top and the black bottoms. So she had the whole thing going. She was excited.
Oh
So
man.
yeah, she made them like friendship bracelets that said like Game of the Year and for those who beat after and all this other stuff. Like she was.
Oh pause.
Yeah. She was well, beads because they're beads. Like that was the joke.
Oh, I thought you said beat.
No, I know. That's what I figured. Is those who bead after.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they ended up taking a picture of their bracelets and posting it on the Sandfall Instagram. So she was excited.
Yo,
Aw.
Mayel voice actor speech at the award was phenomenal. You could feel her passion, you could feel her emotion.
Yeah, I mean, she did give a good speech. Like you said, regardless. I mean, like I said, I said this before the show that I felt like they all had great performances in there. It was tough to pick personally.
Just so you know, this man.
Yes,
is a
I do
hater.
not like. I do not like her for the win.
He was
Alright, I'm not-
hater during the show.
I could feel it through the mic.
Are we good?
Man, just went,
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, like
Yeah,
I was
okay.
saying, like I mean, y'all, yeah, I mean, we could go on this all day, but I'm ending the show at
Oh,
at 2.
man. Oh, he
Oh,
gets
now
down.
all
we
of a
see how
sudden
it
you're
is,
gonna
we
end
see
the
how
show.
it is.
Are I end it right now? I mean, if you want to be honest.
Oh, look, he getting fussy. Ooh.
So anyway, like I was
Hot.
fucking saying,
Oh.
Shit.
she won. The speech was good. I agree, but I think everybody, and my pick for the best voice or performance is anybody else who was in the cast that is not her. She was not my best performance. Some of the ones that weren't even nominated, I feel like did a better job personally, but she is, essentially the female Troy Baker at this point. She is in
Oh.
anything and everything. So she's the heavy favorite for everything. She was in Elden Ring. She was in Baldur's Gate. She was in. So now it's kind of turned into that whole thing. Personally, like I
It's okay,
said,
Jennifer. They hate
I
you because they ain't you.
yeah, like I don't. But again, she's not a bad voice actress. I just think everybody else was better in Expedition personally. But yeah, like I said, again, no issue with that. Shout out to them. But yeah, Kay, same questions for you.
Oh yeah. So I'm a bit biased. I think that everything Split Fiction Lost should have won, but I'm just biased. They did win one, but that would be my snub, right? Um, Biggest surprise was um Divinity 3, and I haven't, because like that's different from Original Sin.
It is.
I haven't played Divine Divinity, but I have played Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, and they're prequels to Divine Divinity, and I've heard that they've come out and said that if you're especially a fan of the original Sin 1 and 2, then you're gonna really like Divinity 3. So I'm really excited about that. I think they should have ended the show on the Divinity 3 performance.
Yeah, I think
It
that would have been a shocking way to end it.
it I they I don't it was the biggest performance. Honestly, them and when what was it, Control Resonant, those two performances almost flashed me back to E3. And I was I it was I think this was one of the better Game Award shows. In fact, it might actually be my favorite one.
That is fair.
So far that I've been watching, as long as I've been watching at least,
Yeah.
for the past, like, what has it been, like 5, 6 years now that I started actually watching the Game Award shows. Um,
Yeah,
uh,
it was extremely well put together.
they've really worked on, yeah, they really worked on tweaking like the ad ratio, or at least telling people if you're going to put an ad in the show, make it entertaining.
Yeah, that
You
too.
know,
That too.
um, yes. I liked the musical performance by Evanescence. That was pretty awesome. I
That
still
was
think
good.
that Sting is my favorite performance though so far.
Yeah.
Um, that was when Arcane, the Netflix, when that season 1 first came out, and just the music for that season was absolutely phenomenal. And then Sting, one his song was like in the last episode, and then I think that was one of the songs that they performed on stage, and it was beautiful. Um, but this award show, like you said, like towards the end, it felt like it really did start to like peter off. Like like if they just would have kept it, like if they just would have rearranged one or two things from the end and put that in the middle and took some of the middle stuff like Divinity and Control and put that at the end, it would have ended with a bang.
Agreed.
And I would probably give it like um I would say an 8. And if they would have moved some stuff around, I would have given it almost a 9. Like it was that good to me. They announced a lot of interesting games. Like the list I was writing down, I was like, "Whoa, this is like a huge list, like the biggest list I've written from coming from a Game Award show." Because it feels like they usually in the past years there's like maybe 3 games, and then the rest I'm just not personally interested at all. So they showed some of the games. So like we're talking about the Bradley the Badger game, like we were all kind of like making fun of it at first, just because like the art direction and the aesthetic, and like it was looking a little cartoonish, and you know how we are, we joke around and shit. And so it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this might be an Omar game. And then they start showing the gameplay mechanics, and we were all like, hold up, and we all got quiet for a second. And like the variation and all the different types of gameplay mechanics, and like what we was talking about, we're gonna get Badgerborn before Bloodborne 2, you know. um
It does look
I
good,
ended
right?
up
The Badger one.
it, yeah, no, like I'm gonna keep my eye on that game actually, because I'm like, i was liking I was liking the mechanics. um and they showed quite a bit of gameplay. you could I would almost argue that they showed some of the most, like if you were to take minutes, right, runtime, that they showed a lot more gameplay than a lot of the other games that were there. Um, and let's see what else. I got excited for the Soma spiritual successor called Ontos. Um, Soma was fantastic, and it was a real, like, it really messed with your head. And so I'm very excited about Ontos. Um, there were some other games. Let's see. Oh, it was good to see that Leon is going to be in Resident Evil 9, and that we're going to do the whole almost like Resident Evil 2 thing where you have different characters that you kind of go back and forth and play. So I wonder if they're going to do the old fashioned, ending A and ending B. You know what I mean? With
I knew you were gonna
Leon
like that.
and what's her name? What is she, a journalist? Yeah. Um, so I'm
Do
really
you think
interested to see
Jill
that.
Valentine gonna show up?
I could only hope. But if she does, I would rather them keep that an absolute secret. I would much rather that be the one big surprise in the game if she is in it. So,
Not gonna lie, Leon should have been kept a secret, but journalists kept fucking up and PlayStation fucked up as well with that banner. Yeah, I don't blame you with this one.
and also watching them talk about Resident Evil 9, ever since they started bringing out demos since RE7. They brought back demos for RE7. They had a demo for Village. I hope they have a demo for 9.
Oh yeah, they
Like,
definitely are.
I mean,
I
this
hope
is
they do.
Capcom. I
I
think
would.
they're gonna do because Capcom is known to create demos for most of their games. We just got a Pragmata demo, so I would not be surprised if they give us a 9 demo.
I wish they would have announced it though here at the Game Awards, because like what, it comes out in
Mm.
February.
Yeah, that's
So
what I thought they were
then
gonna do. I thought they were gonna announce the demo at the Game Awards.
so you would think that they would at least give a month, of demo play. I don't know. Maybe they're keeping it really close to the chest. And I mean, does Capcom plan on having any kind of shows or any kind of little tidbits between now and February?
Well,
I
the
can't think of
next,
any.
the Xbox
They might do
developer,
their own showcase.
yeah, they could do
Without
their
Yeah, they
own.
might. They might announce. Oh, they might announce it at the Xbox.
I mean, they
thing
usually
then.
partner with PlayStation when they do those kind of things. They don't really partner with Xbox, and I think Xbox has so many games of their own. I doubt they'd, because their developer direct is usually dedicated to first party games.
That's true. That's true. Well, maybe they'll announce it like just like a Twitter thing. I don't know. I think the Game Awards would have been a great time, but
Hell
maybe
yeah.
they don't want to announce it until it's like, maybe they're gonna shadow drop it. Be like,
Oh,
play it
that would be
now.
nice.
Yeah, I mean they've
Yeah.
done that before.
Let's see. Exodus looked interesting. Um, and then there was one that it was pretty much just a CGI trailer, but they put a Tool song on it, and the concept, at least what they're trying to show through CGI, looked pretty cool. It was the Dungeons and Dragons Warlock. I have no idea what the gameplay is, but I'm just gonna say that trailer was pretty awesome. It was hype. So I can at least comment on that, saying that it was whoever put it together was good editing, and they picked the right song for it. So at least pique people's interest, right? So I think they did the job on that. Let's see, what else do we got here? Finally saw some more of Pragmata, and Let's see. I'm excited about the Tomb Raider Atlantis remake. I totally want to be shooting dinosaurs, and they do have feathers, so respect for that. Um, the new Tomb Raider game, like coming off that third one, I'm gonna hold any excitement off for that. But I am excited about
I don't blame
shooting
you, but
dinosaurs.
we're done with that trilogy, so
Right, right. And if it has different people working on it, then it could be a completely different, not comparable, right? Um,
hmm
let's see what else. Um, Lords of the Fallen 2. I so there was the original one that really, really flopped, and then they came out with like it was like a soft reboot. What was it, like 2 years ago now? Just about under the same name, Lords of the Fallen. I played that one. It had a lot of issues in the beginning, and they definitely fixed it up as the game went along, and they almost did like this re-release type thing. Um, and I did play it co-op, um, and I really liked that about the game. I liked Lords of the Fallen, but at the same man, I'd probably give it like a 7, right? That if if that says anything about how I felt about the game. Like it had a lot of cool stuff, but then like it it just I don't know. It didn't hit all the right marks, and then sometimes it felt like they overloaded with like these bosses, and they ended up just feeling like mini bosses, or like not even like you're like, okay, like it was more of like, oh, we can say we have 100 bosses. Like they just literally just wanted
oh,
the number
quantity
because it
over
looks good on
quality.
paper. Like yeah, they just wanted it to look good on paper. Like we have like 20,000 weapons, and it's like 500 of them is like the same blade with like a slightly different skin and maybe a slightly different ability. You know what I mean? So, um, but I liked it enough that I am interested in Lords of the Fallen 2, and I will be keeping my eye on that. Um, and then we saw like some more like 007 stuff, um and then the Phantom Blade Zero. I'm very excited about that. I think that's going to be a really good one. And that's probably all the games that I really kind of like wrote down to talk
Okay,
about. Because like
that's
you
fair.
guys already talked on a bunch of the other stuff, but I kind of wanted to hit some of the bigger ones that I was more interested in personally. So
Are you
That's
interested in that zombie game? The
the
woman and the
Toxic
zombie?
Commando, the Toxic Commando one with John Carpenter in it, or John Carpenter making it. Um, I don't like. I
No,
love John.
I loved no, Toxic Commando is the other one, but I was more talking about the hack and slash zombie game, the one with your
Oh, the one with Avril Lavigne and Green Day in it, where they had the song at the beginning, and they're like punk.
okay. Uh, I am not sure if Avril Lavigne is in it, but it's called
No, no, just say she looked
Stupid,
like. It just reminded me of her.
Stupid Never
That's all.
Die. It started as a
Uh,
musical, and then they showed you him doing some moves, fighting enemies, hack and slash type style. It being created by I think it's from Devil May Cry. I'm not
Yeah,
sure
all
about that, but it does have a lot of Devil May Cry influence.
right. No, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I don't know. Like if a demo comes out, I think I would at least give it a try, but it kind of just didn't really look like um it to me, it looks kind of repetitive. So, you know, um, it just might not be my thing. I'm not saying it looks like a bad game. I'm just saying it
We could
looks
say
like something
okay.
that I'm not really into.
Gotcha.
There we go. Cool.
Oh, one more. Four loop. I was interested in that, especially a Bad Robot being on it. So that one's interesting. So, but that's it.
Okay. What was your biggest snub, if you had one?
Um, I'm pretty sure I said that at the beginning of my TED talk, which was anything that Split Fiction was in and didn't win.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't. You when you said it
But
at first, like I
Split
didn't
Fiction
understand the
wasn't.
reference. But I got you.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. I guess for me here, obviously we talked about most of the stuff, so I pretty much agree with most of the stuff that Weeb and Morgan already pointed out, and kind of said that. I mean, we were interested in a lot of the same titles. I like what they showed of Pragmata and announcing the demo. That was dope. And then I'm also really interested in the next Warhammer. It looks closer to Dawn of War, which I'm a big fan of. That was my first exposure to Warhammer. So them bringing out the guy from Stranger Things and everything, and talking about his involvement with it was pretty dope. The kind of footage they showed and everything, and all that looked really good. So I'm excited for that. Then we also had, what was it here? I know it was something, the game that we all thought was Divinity Original Sin at first when they first showed it. I think it was
Yeah.
Solasta.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that game looked really good. I mean, to get that comparison already tells you a lot. So I did pull it up on screen so people could see what I was talking about. It's called Solasta 2, so I personally never heard of Part 1, so I definitely plan to look into it, but Part 2 looks real good. I like the story premise and everything, the way they set everything up. The game itself, like I said, looks really good. So yeah, I'm excited to play that. I mean, anything, it says tactical, it's a tactical strategy game, so that's right up my wheelhouse. So yeah, I'm all about that. Obviously, like Morgan mentioned, and so did Weave and stuff, Exodus, that's been a big one we've all been super excited for. Me and Morgan watched the Exodus episode on the Amazon Prime show. I can't remember what it was called. Secret Level.
Secret Level.
Yeah. So Secret Level's episode for Exodus was really good. A little heartbreaking. It was a probably biggest surprise. Well, not biggest surprise, but definitely a big surprise. Probably two, I'll say, for me, because I honestly didn't expect to see this, and then I didn't expect to be that excited for it, which is Control Resonant. Like, that was insane. Like, Remedy went crazy on that trailer. Throwing the gameplay in there, the whole story that's kind of going on, and thanks to Morgan forcing me playing the first game, I actually have an understanding of what was on screen, and
Yes, you're welcome.
and understanding everything that's kind of going on. I was at the very end, so I do still need to finish it. I got frustrated with the map. But yeah, I definitely understand, her brother and everything that's kind of going on with that. And they are incredible story writers. They create some incredibly complex stories. Me and Fox actually watched Morgan play Alan Wake 2, like start to finish, and that was probably the most excited I was watching someone else play a game in a long time. I don't really do Twitch or anything
That was
anymore.
like watching me scream every time them jump scares pop up.
I know, but it's fun because like it was live. You know what I mean? It was live, and watching. Personally, my favorite parts, honestly, were like Saga's internal battle with her board. Like, I thought that was a cool thing that they had, where like
I had the boss up though because they was listening, so I had to scream on the inside.
You did a good job though. You didn't let him catch you slipping.
Yeah, it's because you didn't see me piss my pants. That's why.
But yeah, that was, again, looked amazing. Gang of Dragon also looks amazing. Like, again, that was, there were so many, like I said, surprises. Because like I didn't expect to see that either, and then I didn't expect it to be like that. And like Morgan was saying, you're driving, so I seen something that looked a little like a Corvette, and that's my jam. So personally, I was kind of done with the Tomb Raider series as well. So to see the two Tomb Raiders and actually be interested in what they look like and what they're playing like is a surprise. So it looks like a return to form for some of that stuff. Then you had the Lenny Kravitz thing was a surprise again for 007. We were already all pretty much interested in 007, so he just upped it a notch. Lenny is a great actor and obviously a legendary musician, so I know he's gonna play that real well. I loved him in the Mockingjay and all that.
Yeah, Nate's Team PETA, if you didn't know.
All right.
Team PETA. Oh man.
I'm surprised. I actually didn't hear Omar mention this. Surprisingly, I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm surprised Omar did not mention
I
being
tried to
excited
be
about
light on this
Saros.
one, but what?
Tried to be light. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I didn't want to take all the time, but which one is it?
Yeah. I'm talking about Saros, sir. The game you act like is
I mean, you already
your whole life.
You already know I'm the one on that one.
I mean,
And
it was
what
still
they
at the show.
showcased was not enough for me. Like, all I saw was it's gonna be also heavy storytelling. That's it.
Man,
But I already know
Omar
I'm the one
Omar
on
said, if you
Saros.
ain't giving me a demo, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. For Saros, I don't think I want a demo because I already know what the game is.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
need a demo for something like Phantom Blade, something like that, something that doing something unique like Pragmata. That
Man, he
I
say
need
that,
a
but if they
demo
announced the
from.
demo right now,
Oh,
they
he'd be
ain't
on
gonna-
it.
You know, so I said that I wasn't going to play it, but you know me, guys.
I mean,
So
I know
soon.
what Resident
I
Evil's gonna be like, and I want to play the demo for Resident Evil.
Yeah,
I would play the demo for Resident Evil as well. I want to see what changed.
yeah.
Especially, I want to see if they created 9 with first person in mind or third person in mind. That's what I want to see.
I mean,
Yeah.
they told you that the different perspectives offers a slightly different experience.
So I'm gonna try it then. If it comes with the demo, otherwise I would just get it and try it myself. Cause I do want to get back to Resident Evil after playing Dying Light.
That is fair. But yeah, probably the biggest surprise of the show for me that nobody else is into, is Ace Combat 8.
Waiting on it.
I actually have it on my list as well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, for the way
Sir,
it's
it is
done,
Nate's turn, sir.
I thought it was Top Gun. Would you agree?
I mean, they have Top Gun in the previous stuff. I immediately know what Ace Combat looks like. I've played Ace Combat since part 1. So yeah, but yeah, this was a big thing for me. Morgan actually is the one that told me about it because we were driving to Priscilla's mom's house when it happened, and I was not paying
Oh, you
attention to the
missed
chat.
it.
So I went back and looked at it afterwards. I saw Thrifty playing Ace Combat 7 earlier, and I've been playing it pretty much throughout the year because I'm doing like the hardest run and going after all the ace pilots. Anybody who's done that or has tried that understands how tough that is to do. These games are no joke. These missions are insane, and to trigger some of the ace pilots, drop them as well as completing your missions is crazy. The new one looks insane. I was so excited for it because I was a little disheartened when I heard that the team that a large part of the team that worked on Ace Combat 7 was getting bought up by Nintendo. But yeah, Bandai made sure that they're keeping it coming regardless. This looks better than ever. Ace Combat 7 did come out a long time ago, so it's a PS4 title. It just happens to look really good. it's always been a showpiece. They've always partnered with PlayStation with Ace Combat. It's been a staple, for PlayStation for years. One of my favorite games always, right? Like, I've got so many memories. Mobius 1 and all the call signs you go through over the years, like, just the feeling of elation when you beat these titles, and the way you kind of feel incorporated into the war and into everything that's kind of going on within them. It's an incredible experience. So yeah, that's
Was
my
the
biggest
last one
surprise.
on VR?
So it does have a VR mode. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. So you can. But like I said, it is a PS4 title, so they'll probably, for PSVR 2 and all that stuff, they'll probably do that for 8. And I know it's gonna look crazy because I've been waiting for this forever. Like they said, it is always a technical showpiece. So to see that being brought forward, and like I said, since they partner with PlayStation, I'm sure it'll take advantage of the PlayStation 5 Pro, as well as PSSR or PSSR 2.0, and whatever that entails. So like, man, this is gonna be one of those games where it's gonna be like Christmas morning, when you really get to see the PlayStation 5 Pro push itself to new heights. But yes, like I said, to answer your question, Omar, as far as the previous one, no, I didn't think it was Top Gun because, like I said, there's a specific style to this game. And I mean, they also, in the beginning, I mean, it says Project Aces in the beginning. So I already know what that means. Like, that's literally the symbol that's been tied to Ace Combat for years. So it wouldn't have been able to fool me at all. So plus, it, like I said, it has a certain look to it as opposed to all the other titles out there, like DCS Flight and all these other stuff. Like, Ace Combat has a very specific look and a way their machines fly and this and that. So it's unlike any other flight title. So I am extremely ecstatic for that. But yeah, as far as everything else goes, yeah, Phantom Blade Zero had a good showing, but like we said, we're already ready to jump in on that. So yeah, like I said, biggest surprise of the show is definitely Ace Combat 8. As far as biggest snub, it was definitely the sound design win for Battlefield. Again, it's not that those games don't have great sound. I mean, Call of Duty has great sound, but when you've been doing a very specific sound for forever, like the sound of guns, the sound of gunfire in the distance, all that other stuff, it's kind of whatever. Like, people who have to create new sounds and new things in all these different games that were on there, that created these different soundscapes and things of that nature. Having played pretty much everything on that list, like, I just think anything else on that list was more deserving of the sound design, because I think they all had a technical achievement. So therefore, to me, the next is, what did you have to do? What sounds did you have to create in order to, bring that experience to life? And yeah, I mean, I personally stated I would have gave it to Ghost, because I mean, that was one of the biggest things about the 3D sound design and audio, the crackling of the fire and the music and everything. The way everything just kind of stood out in the world when you were playing the game. So yeah, that was probably the biggest snub for me. And then I definitely wanted Dispatch to win something, but I knew it had a tough uphill battle. Obviously, that it could have had player's choice.
Win Void of the player choice. I legit thought it's gonna get it, but no.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much knew player's choice was dead in the water because I don't know, for whatever reason, Jeff refuses to not have gacha titles in there that did not come out in 2025. So I don't know what the whole ordeal is with that. But yeah, he refuses to remove them, so I knew that was kind of a lost cause. But yeah, that's probably it for me. What's up, Steady Flow?
One more snub that I forgot about.
Go for it.
I don't think that The Last of Us Season 2 should have won. I think at least
Agreed.
almost anything other than The Last of Us Season 2
Yeah, I
won
agree.
that category. I mean,
Yeah, I
my
agree
personal
with that
vote was
one.
Minecraft movie, but
Yeah,
Devil May Cry should have won.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it should
I
be
honestly,
too.
anything. I would give it to literally anything else on that list. So yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm
agree.
surprised it won because from what I've heard, it turned bad.
Yeah, it wasn't received well by almost anybody I know. So I don't really know how they won that. But yeah, like I said, I just we'll cover this real quickly because it's not quite time for me. I mean, we kind of know what to expect with this, but the um, Xbox Developer Direct was announced, um, and they went on to state that for I think going to be in January 2026. I had it pulled up here, but I don't know where I put it. But essentially, they did an interview with Matt Booty, after stating, after a relatively quiet Game Awards for them, which is not unusual for them, as we're all aware. They announced, their anticipation and excitement to show off what their developers have planned for the upcoming year. Obviously, one of the biggest things coming for them, which I'm sure they're excited to show off. And I mean, I'm excited to see it as someone who plays Forza. So Forza Horizon 6 is definitely expected to be there and actually finally be shown. So I'm excited for that. It is supposed to come out in the first half of 2026. And some of the statements from one of the developers stating that Forza Horizon 5 was actually affected pretty heavily by COVID, and that Forza Horizon 6 is on an entirely different level. So I hope that he is correct in that statement, because Forza Horizon 5 is beautiful on my PC. So I'm excited to see what that team does going forward. Finally going to Japan, my most anticipated location yet. They've teased it for years, and people have been asking for it for years. So I really hope that besides just the cars, they really nail down the locations, potentially car clubs, and so many things that they could really do with this one that Forza has never really done. So hopefully, like I said, they take it up a notch with that. Obviously, looking forward to seeing more Fable, and of course, I'm forgetting the name, not Perfect Dark, because that is canceled.
State of Decay 3.
There you go, State of Decay 3. So those would probably be my most anticipated things. Obviously, there's even more they could show because they've got a billion developers in the bag at this point. We could see maybe some hints of what the Fallout team, Fallout and Skyrim teams are working on, or Elder Scrolls. Todd's claiming they're working on multiple things as they see a lot of the feedback. I know Morgan said she'd be excited, for a Fallout New Vegas to make it come back. So yeah, a lot of stuff that they could see. But yeah, basically just got you guys and see if there's anything that you personally are looking forward to. Like I said, they didn't give any specifics. They stated they didn't want to give anything away, but they did state that they have a pack session for that January Xbox developer set to take place in January. They haven't given the exact date yet. I'm assuming middle to late January, since they haven't done that. But yeah, Morgan, anything that you're really looking forward to that you can think of off the top of your head from Xbox that you'd love to see?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I want to say that I'm excited that they came out and said that they have more than what they can fit in one show, because I was worried that because they have so many games and because GTA is coming out in 2026 that they would end up delaying a lot of the games. So hopefully this is the sign that they're going to try to kind of fit everything in the year, which is cool for me. Like, listen, I understand that, you want to give your games breathing room, but listen, I'm the person, I'll buy everything. I don't give a fuck. If I want to play it, I'll play it. So I'm happy about that, because I think Forza and State of Decay are the two games that I'm most worried about. As far as like coming out 2026 or even coming out at all, like, 'cause from the rumors, Forza's development is kind of fussy, and then State of Decay is doing State of Decay things, which is basically not saying anything, and then worrying about if that game is actually going to come out or not.
True.
Yeah, I know they tweeted the other day, you know, Gears of War E-Day 2026. So that's
Yeah.
gonna be confirmed for next year. But yeah, like I'm looking forward to Gears. I'm looking forward to Fable. I am looking forward to State of Decay. I really don't care about the Halo remake. I mean, I might pick it up, but that's not a priority for me. I
Okay.
don't care about Forza. Not a racer kind of gamer. Um, I would really like to see Clockwork Revolution though.
Mhm.
That's still kind of up in the air because the last time they showed it, they showed it at the PC Direct showcase too, but it still doesn't have a release date. And so that's kind of one of those games where I could see them being like, well, we got enough games, so we can just kind of push that one into 2027, you know? So I would really like to see Clockwork Revolution get a date for this, or not this year, but 2026. What else? Nothing I can really think of. I would love an announcement for a new Wolfenstein. Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I want to see from motherfucking Machine Games, bro. Fuck Indiana Jones too.
Okay.
Okay, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, definitely don't want to see Indiana Jones from them anymore. I'm good on
Yeah,
that.
because I mean, I get that they're gonna do it because they've said, oh, we like the reception, and yeah, we could see ourselves making more Indiana Jones. But listen, you need to make another team or something and have them do Indiana Jones or something like that. Because as we all know, the new Wolfenstein show is about to start. They're getting casting and everything like that ready. We know that's happening. So what perfect way to get people excited about a Wolfenstein show, at least people who haven't played the games, than to bring another one. And I'm talking about a mainline one, okay? Not that multiplayer bullshit y'all was doing earlier. I don't know none of that shit. All right. They need to make this Wolfenstein. Okay, they need to not do what they did with the Fallout TV show, which was not have anything for people to play with all that generative hype they made. Right. Last of Us show came out. They had the Last of Us remake. Right. The Last of Us 2 on PC, shit like that. Had people play an updated version of those games for them to play. Cyberpunk had the anime, and then they had the DLC, right, and everything like that, and they had the resurgence, the 2.0 update, and everybody was back on it, and it was beloved.
Yep.
And then Fallout came out, and Bethesda was like, well, we got Fallout 76, and people was like, bro, don't nobody want to play that shit. We don't care about Fallout 76, bro. They want
Facts.
mainline Fallout. And so it's like, this is another opportunity for Xbox to live up on that hype of probably what's going to be, I would hope, a great representation of Wolfenstein in this show. Okay. And they need to get my boy from Reacher to play the main character anyway, because he would be fucking fantastic.
Yeah, he would.
And he's already, associated with Amazon with Reacher. So I mean, they already got his number. Okay. So just call the man. I'm sure he would love to.
This is true.
But yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a far reach.
That's what I'm saying. It would be perfect. I mean, look, put me in there, or put me in the casting calls, bruh. Yeah, I want another Wolfenstein. I don't know what Machine Games got to do. Okay, do I need to sacrifice something to get this to happen? I need it. Okay. Other than that, from Xbox, I think that's pretty much it. That's really the only developers I really care about in Bethesda.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know you like Double Fine, but they literally just released Keeper, so they shouldn't be there for anything.
Yeah, they're not gonna be there with anything.
Did you guys try out Keeper? That's the walking lighthouse, right?
Yeah, that's the walking lighthouse game. Yeah. No, I haven't had a chance to get to it yet. That's next on my list. But what was I gonna say? I don't think Elder Scrolls is gonna. I mean, I don't personally care unless they put that bitch on a new engine and it's a whole different looking game, which I highly doubt, at least this year. But I don't think they're gonna have Elder Scrolls 6 at this at the Dev Direct. Todd is over here backtracking, talking about, oh well, what I meant to say was when it was gonna be next. It's coming soon. I didn't say it was coming right now. Like backtracking like a motherfucker from the interviews he did earlier. So I'm guessing that shit ain't coming out to like 2027 the way he talking 2028. But yeah,
2030.
I know, right? And shout out to them for finally releasing South of Midnight on PS5, where we'll get some much deserved love from me, and I will platinum it again and have 2 completions on that game. I will support it. But yeah, great for Xbox. What's great for Xbox is great for us because everything's an Xbox. So everything that they release, I'm definitely gonna be playing on my PlayStation. So shout out to them for that. I'm looking forward to that Dev Direct.
That's what's up. Kay, anything in particular you're looking forward to?
I'm actually looking forward to the Halo remakes, and they're coming to PlayStation. And I'm looking forward to playing those. Not just because like, oh look, I got Halo on PlayStation. No, it's literal. It's legit. I legitimately want to play them.
Yeah.
I've played Halo 1 and 2 on PC. So I would like to actually play them. I would like to play the remakes on PlayStation. Um, let's see. Uh, I never got into Gears of Wars, but only because I just never got the opportunity to play them because, growing up, it was you had one console. You know what I mean? You didn't have multiples, and uh, and I didn't really have friends who had Xboxes, so I just missed out on Gears of War, which I would actually like to go and play that at some point, if when it eventually does come to PlayStation, maybe. Um, let's see. I would like to see some new IP. I always like any show. I want to see new IP. I think remakes are awesome, and like I even just said, I'm excited for a remake.
Yeah.
But initially, I would like to see more new stuff. More like the ratio be more new versus remakes, remasters, and all that.
I agree.
I would like to see something to get me really excited that no one else has seen, and like it blows everyone out of the water. It's like, holy shit, I want to get that. I would like to have that kind of a moment. And then the only other thing I could think of is maybe a Redfall 2, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
not
think that's gonna
Redfall 2.
happen.
Yeah, that studio is gone, man.
The studio's gone, but the IP's still there. Someone else can pick it up.
Let's hope the only thing they do with Redfall is bury it 6 feet deep and
Let's
never
get
bring
that
it
PS5
back.
release.
But I gotta put a joke on the end. But yep.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned Redfall. A friend of mine was sending me something earlier, and he was showing me the box before he sent it. And in the box, he put a copy of Redfall, and I texted him back, if you don't take that bullshit out my box. He was like, I wanted to include something special for you. It's like, hell no, I don't want that shit. But yeah. Side note, no spoilers, but Viper did. Those who know, and Omar, do not react to this because I know I gotta say you especially, but Viper did yell no beef in the chat. So remember, he's playing Dispatch, so you know what happened when it comes to beef in Dispatch. But Weeb, anything you are looking forward to, sir, from the Xbox Developer Direct that you can think of?
Skillbound.
Ha! Bruh, I wish.
Now,
Now there you go. Bring that back.
Yeah, they're trying to bring back Fable. Come on.
Yeah, massive copium. Yeah. But yeah, I'm with Morgan. I want to see new Wolfenstein.
Hell yeah.
They gotta end that story.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally have to be able to kill Mecha Hitler. Come on, man.
True.
It's the perfect time too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or They're gonna change it up and replace Mecha Hitler with Mecha Trump. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Fable, sure, because it has my man Richard Oyada in it. But yeah, they're no, I don't really recall any other things that they have in development that I'm interested in. So yeah, maybe need a new IP, show something different, which is something unfortunately they're sorely lacking in.
They are definitely lacking that.
Yeah, I mean I mean, and that's kind of the problem is with sort of the cost cutting and their unrealistic growth targets. They're much less inclined to invest in something risky. They're gonna stick with the tried and true things, remakes, and yeah, maybe a few smaller titles, but yeah, they're not really that inclined to just go full in on new IP, no AAA IP. So it's a shame, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Cool. Omar.
Okay, I don't think anyone mentioned it, but can we get to see the good versus bad or evil in Fable? I've been dying to see if there is any consequences for your action in Fable,
I mean,
or
that would
if
be
it's
kind of
gonna be.
not Fable if there wasn't a whole system about the good
I
versus
mean, for the
versus bad.
longest they have not shown anything, so this is why I'm asking.
Okay, so you just want to see that system specifically.
Yeah, I want to see some gameplay about Fable as well, and I'm not talking 1 minute, 10 seconds. I want to see actual gameplay. How does it function? How everything is on that end. And besides that, surprise me. I'm with the surname K on that end. I want new IP. They've
Cool.
been coasting on Gears, Halo, and Forza. They bought publishers, not studios. So show me what you're working on. Surprise me.
Okay, that is fair. And then with that, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Um, Again, it was a great show. Thank you for everybody who came out. Um, we had some people who I haven't seen in chat in a long time. So yeah, we were up to a solid set of people tonight. Great participation in the chat as always. Like I said, a lot of good input, a lot of feedback, a lot of people excited for games that were shown, games coming in 2026. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Weeb, let the people know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter as Weeb Sheriff at Infinite Rhizome, and same for Blue Sky. And yeah, like I said, great show. Again, lots of things to look forward to coming years even. I mean, there's no rest for the wicked, or at least for the wicked gamers, because
Mm-hmm.
we're doing good. Yeah, and of course, Other Nation.
Honor Nation.
Modern
Otter Nation.
All right. And Kay, where can the people find you, ma'am?
You can find me on Twitter at Kaylee1103. It's down at the bottom of the screen if you don't know how to spell it, so you can find me at there. And it's been a really good year for all of us, and it's been a great Game Awards, and it looks like that next year's shaping up to be another good year, and I'm excited about it, and I can't wait.
Agreed.
Oh, and Morgan, you can open up Cult of the Lamb, go in there, and sacrifice Omar on your little ritual altar for.
Oh
You
yeah. Oh
already
yeah.
did that.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I did. I made meat poop, all that shit. Like it was fantastic.
Yep.
I did it too.
Yep.
In fact, Morgan
You're
asked me
late,
they
Kay.
can.
You're so late with this one.
No, I meant that because she's like, I wish I could sacrifice something, and I'm telling her just go back into the game and
Oh,
reopen
to
it
get
and just
Wolfenstein. Yeah, let me
yeah,
sacrifice Omar again to get Wolfenstein. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
yeah. There you go. But Otter Nation.
Oh,
Otter
Nation.
Nation.
Otter Nation. Morgan, where can the people find you, ma'am?
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter, but mostly it's gonna be PSN because it's Octopath time to the end of 2025. Oh man, it's been a great, like Kay said, it's been a great fucking year for gaming. Like I cannot complain at all. I think these are one of the better years of this generation that we had. This year, just nothing but bangers. And to see so many from smaller independent studios, they're finally getting their shine, finally getting their clout. It's good to see, and hopefully this brings a good positive change to the industry because it honestly needs it. Um, but yeah, like I said, end of the year, the wrap ups were looking good. For the most part. I did see some people struggling though, but I'm glad to see that for the most part, the wrap ups were looking good. I didn't see Xbox release their wrap ups, which is kind of
I saw
sus.
one or two, but that's about it.
No, you saw it.
No,
So
I'm
what you
talking
saw
about
was
I'm
true
talking about if
achievements, not
yeah,
their
that's true
official one.
achievements.
Their
Yeah.
official one hasn't been out yet.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
Weren't
okay,
they
that was
okay.
kind of
Xbox.
late on it last year?
They were.
Yeah, I think they kind of released around like the 18th or the 19th. So maybe they'll release later. I hope so. I would like to see where I place this, because I beat about the same games I beat last year on Xbox, which was like all of like one or two, and I somehow ended in the top like 10% when I did that. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see where I place this year. But yeah. What you gonna say, we?
Now I gotta check it out too then, because I pretty much sure I played more than 2 games on Xbox this year.
Yeah, you're gonna be in the top percentile, bro. Um, but yeah, man, great fucking year, and we've seen some amazing games that are coming out next year that look like it's gonna even top this year. So I can't wait. Being a gamer is amazing. I can't complain. Even with the games that don't always hit the mark. We make fun of these live service games sometimes, but we get a plethora of great quality. So um, yeah, being a gamer is awesome. But yeah, Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
Otter Nation.
And
Oh,
Omar,
Nation.
where can the people find you,
Oh,
sir?
okay, shout out to everyone that came through. Shout out to Kay. Shout out to Viper. Uh, you can find me Carbon Kotchab on Twitter. Class, it's time for the code to arrive. Apparently, they already arrived. Everyone with their alternation. I love how they say it after each other. But yeah, all jokes aside, you can find me on Carbon Kotchab on Twitter and Vitamin G Podcast every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Play your game, play whatever you're playing, finish it, and yeah, it was a phenomenal uh, 2025.
Agreed. Um, and you can find me on Twitter at the Real Innate on Blue Sky and Twitter. And yeah, like I said, it's been a great year. Shout out to Sandfall Interactive for delivering a phenomenal game, taking home so many great awards, deservedly so. Giving us an incredible game, one of my favorite games of all time, not just this generation. Um, and hopefully they continue to make many more games. And I can't wait to see what that team works on next. So yeah, congratulations to them again. Like I said,
Oh yeah,
for
sky's the
winning
limit
game
for
of the
them,
year.
isn't it?
Absolutely. So I can't wait to see more for them, from them, and some of the other winners and nominees like Dispatch, which blew us away this year. So again, so many great games that we definitely want to see more of, and more from these teams. So yeah, let's keep it going. Um, Otter Nation.
Otter
Nation.
Nation.
Otter Nation.